Hey everyone, another great day in the metaverse world. Today we're going to cover how to create some engaging content for your courses and how to create short little videos that you can use with AI to post on your social medias to get attention, right? And so I'm going to walk you step by step through all this. And of course, if you need help with it, I'm here to assist. So, first and foremost, let's just kind of like do some back of the house cleanup inside the metaverse platform. So, most important is the avatar speaking, right? So, there's a couple ways that you can have your avatar engage people online. You can do it a couple ways. You can invite people right in the space. So, see the space right here? You can bring people right in the space, get up on the stage right here, have them sit down, and you can engage them that way. So that's actually an immersive way, a virtual presence way of engaging your audience. So that's probably the most effective way in showcasing what you want to teach in your courses is to basically build out the whole module, what you're going to teach, and then you could teach it live or you could pre-record your teachings inside the space right here, right? So, but to create engaging content that people will want to click through and want more information, we got to be thinking about the 3 seconds. So I'll show you how to use an AI to do that and to make it really easy for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this photo right here. I'm gonna take a photo just like that, and I'm gonna save it uh, to the computer. So I'll just put SANSAR tutorial pic, and I'll just put AI because we'll use that picture for an AI as well. And I'll show you how we can animate that picture using AI. Right. So if you haven't used AI yet and you haven't done any prompts and stuff, I'll spend a little bit of time on showing you how to do that as well. And I'll actually show you how to get paid even. So if you can get exposure to your posts and stuff, I found a great website called huge.com. It's either huge.com or huge.ai. But anyways, you can create short 5-second clips from it. You can download it. You can post it on social medias. But the cool thing is if you get a lot of exposure to it, the company will actually pay you, right? So I think there's three ways to get paid. I think there's a first place, second place, and third place. And what I can say is I actually entered in and made a third place, so I got paid like $50. So that was pretty cool. But the cool thing is I got exposure to my content, and I can embed all these other links into it to where I'll get more throughput of people seeing my content, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my avatar as the instructor for showing you how to create content in here. So like I said, you can have people in the audience that will come to your event right here. And of course, this screen right here, we can post stuff up on there to where you can give a presentation. So if you want to pre-record everything and then maybe come up to the top, come up to the podium right here and give like a little speech about what's going to happen. A lot of people like that. A lot of people like to be in a learning setting, right? So this is definitely a learning setting that we can use to create a lot of content. So all I can say is, you know, uh, using this platform will get you exposure, and it will set you apart from everybody else creating content online, right? So for today's purposes, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to create the content with using OBS. I'm going to show you how to use certain aspects of the virtual reality world here to to create that engaging content, right? So I'll bring you through a couple other worlds when we're doing this, but I'll show you a couple concepts of what I've done in the past that has actually gotten some exposure, right? And the other thing is blockchaining all this content to where you can tokenize your content inside a blockchain using it. Okay, I got this. This AI that's floating around me is starting to. uh, I got to put a script on it to where it won't keep following me. But the cool thing is about that, just seeing that it's following me right now, you can click on this bot right here, and the AI will actually talk to you, right? So I'm thinking we're forward thinking on all the ways that we can engage people inside the platform. And if you're the only one inside the space, I don't want anybody feeling left alone. That's why we put a little AI buddy in here to follow you around and help you out. But you could click on this little guy right here. If I can catch him. When he gets close to me, that's when you can click on him. I might have to slow his uh, uh, his drone path down a little bit. Okay, come on. There we go. Okay. So inside the chat right here, you can just go to socialize, click on the chat, and then right here, it'll pop up an AI. So this AI is more for benefits inside. And, so you can talk to the Nancy bot right here to get benefits. But we can put any type of AI in here that you can click on to get information. But I just want to show you that, you're not going to be alone inside these worlds. Yes, you'll have an AI that you can click on and get more information. It just, far as the AI inside the Mesoverse, it's going to be propagated to information involving Admeso, right? So this is just a demo bot right now. As we start building this all out, we're going to be able to show you how to add AI, not just in Web3 or in the metaverse. We're going to be able to add AI to your website, to your social medias, and it'll help you scale. It'll help you have that conversation with people coming across your content and everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and jump out of here, and I'm going to go to another world where I'm going to use a green screen, right? So let me show you how to use green screen in your course tutorials. You don't have to use this, but I like putting myself as the avatar speaking to my audience, especially to my students. So I'm going to show you how to make a video with using the metaverse as your backdrop. Okay, so let me show you how to do the green screen. So I'm going to go to a world that I have a big green screen up and already running, which I think it's on this one right here. Yeah, this is the world that I put the big green screen in. And the combination that I'm using is SANSAR, I'm using the OBS project, and I'll be using a green screen, and then I'll start creating the content for the course, right? So I'm not going to make like an actual course in here. Actually, how I'm giving this presentation will be the actual course for you, right? So don't get confused that I'm going to teach you virtual food service training in here, but that's, I'm just showing you multiple ways that you can use the metaverse in creating content, right? So as soon as this loads up, we'll show you how to get your avatar on the green screen here. So here we go. This is kind of like my, it's kind of like my, when I'm developing like scripts and stuff like this, I like to have a little place that I can just place the script versus putting it in a world that I'm going to use. I put it like in a demo world, right? So let's go ahead and, okay, let me just turn that audio off, just like that. All right, so get a little closer to the wall right here so there's no shadows on me. I have to go a little closer. There we go. Actually, I got to move away from the. So you want to kind of get your front facing forward, and then I'm gonna click F4 on my desktop here, And what that's going to do, it's going to break the cam away from the avatar, right? So now I can get really close up with my avatar like this. And I can slow down the camera, but you want to get it kind of centered here, just like that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the SANSAR. Oh, why is that popping up? That's popping up. Let's get out of that. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and hit escape. And what you can do, actually, I can shrink this down even. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this. And all I'm going to do, let me go ahead and hit resume on that. Now what I'm going to do, let me just bring this over just so you can see how I'm adding the avatar overlay to the instruction, right? Because what we're going to do is I'm going to go through all the websites and stuff like that and how to set it all up. But this is how, so again, like I said, you can use Metaverse as the full backdrop if you want, or you could use a green screen with your avatar as an overlay to be the instructor showing all the videos that you're going to do, like if you're going to look on websites and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and set this up. So I got this scene right here. I already got the capture on it. So I'm actually capturing, actually I'm going to add a new one here. And I'm going to call this green screen, okay? So this is the scene I'm creating. So now I have to add all my variables in there. I'm going to do media, no, not media source. I want to do not display capture. Actually, I will do a display capture. Actually, this one I need to do Windows capture. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to capture SANSAR, just the SANSAR window, right? So I got to find it. Windows 10. SANSAR, here we go. Okay, so it's capturing this screen only. Capture, let me just make sure everything's capture method, Windows 10. You can put that on automatic even. Oh, no, I guess we need to pick Windows 10. All right, you're gonna hit OK. So now what we have is we have the overlay, right? And we're gonna put this down at the bottom corner right here. Now there's a couple other things we got to do here. We're gonna have to add, let's see, yeah, we're gonna add another source. And let me see here. I could be wrong on that. Let me get out of that. What we're going to do is we're going to right click on it and we're going to add a filter to this one. Okay, so we're going to go into filters and we're not doing an audio filter. We're going to do a effects filter. So the effects is actually the visual part of this, right? So we're going to go ahead and add a green screen. So it's going to be chroma key. Chroma key is going to be for your green screen. And we're going to go ahead and do that and see how it took out. Okay, so we still got this here that we got to take out. There we go. Oh, we don't want to. There's a way to do that. Let me see, opacity, contrast. So we're going to go ahead and use that so we can close it out. But what we have to do is we need to get these buttons off, right? Or else those are going to be in your video. Okay, let me see if I remember. Okay, so I may go over this way, seeing that. I think I can do the options in the settings of the SANSAR application itself. Let me just blow this up so you can see what I'm doing. So we got the chroma key on there. Let's go to graphics. We might be able to hide those icons. Let's see, reflection. Is there any? Oh, you know what? I got the best way to do it. So see this UI color? This is part of the UI, right? What we could do is take this and make the UI green, so that way, oh, we gotta probably have to, let's see if it will match it up. There we go. Hit accept, save. All right, still has the white on it, right? And there is some gray right there. Let's go back into it. Settings, let's go advanced, force instance, disable media player, playback. Okay, so I don't see anything in there. Let me see if I do this. Okay, so what I did was I hit F10. Okay, and what F10 is basically, yeah, this might not where I'm inside my avatar right now. Let me go ahead and get out of F10. Turn my avatar around again. You want to totally be in green screen, because if not, see that how you guys have the clouds there? Um, oh, you know what? I I could probably cut that out using the overlay of the OBS. Okay, so let me show you how to do that. I think we can do that. Okay, so let me go ahead and get that right there. Um, bring my avatar up a little, get a little more centered into the page here. There we go. Alrighty. Also, I'm gonna take out the little the indicator above my head. That doesn't need to be in the video. So let's go and take that out. Let's see, audio, actually is in the general toggle, typing it, voice indicator right here. Let's shut that off. There you go. And make sure you hit save on that. Okay, so now we don't have the voice indicator above the head. That's actually good to use when you're first starting out, because you want to make sure that that you got audio and you're speaking to people in world, right? So that audio will really help you out to know if your audio is coming through the mic in the platform. Okay. All right. So let's go do the overlay. Let me bring this over so you can see this. Let me make it a little bigger. Okay. So what we want to, well, let me do this, and that way you can see that we get rid of. Uh, we'll we'll make these disappear right there. Okay, so now what we got to do is let's right click on the scene. So right in the box right here, right click on it. And what we need to do is we basically need to crop it. Okay, so let's find the cropping tool in here. I gotta say I've never cropped in here yet, so bear with me. We'll find it though. Okay, none, cut, fade. That's for transitioning, high transition, orders. It should be in the transform. Let's go transform. Here it is. Crop to bounding box. So I guess we have to click that. Okay, no, that's not cropping. There we go. So I'm cropping it to the left. So it looks like, oh, we'll just type in 40. That should do it. Okay, and then we're gonna hit close. There we go. We took out those side and we cropped it. So now we can bring it back over. I just hope it doesn't crop. It should be only cropping this window, right? All right, so let's go ahead and expand this. Oh, look at that. Okay, so we got to fix that. Well, we got to shrink this down so it fits in the corner, right? There we go. I wouldn't make your avatar too big, but just enough to show your face on there. Maybe a little smaller. There we go. Okay, so we still got to do a little bit of cropping there. So let me go back. So I'm just going to quickly fix this, but I showed you where to find. So you got to go into the edit transform to crop, and let me crop that a little more. And I may crop the top. So that's not showing. Okay, so I did 60 on the crop left, and I did 50 on the crop the top, okay? And now I just have to get it centered here. So I'll go back to just gotta get it straight. Okay, so I think we're good on that. You can see my mouse moving around. So this is the first thing I would do with setting up your tutorials for your avatar to speak in the video itself. Now, keep in mind, this is not an AI, but if you want to put an AI in there, we can, right? But I think having natural you speaking to them like this will be more engaging, right? Because it'll be very intuitive and people will be like, wow, your AI is pretty smart. It sounds just like you, talks like you, has your accent and everything, right? All right, so the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to add, let me bring the overlay back over so you can see it. And now what we want to do is we want to add another screen, because what we need to do is we need to have an overlay and then we need to have a backdrop, right? So you could put, now if you have a really beefy computer, you could run two SANSAR clients. One can be your avatar to the side, be the commentary, and two could be the SANSAR backdrop, right? Now, why would you want to do that? I would say if you're going to use SANSAR for other development, right? So maybe you need to show an airplane flying, right? And you need to make it fly in a certain way that goes to the course itself, right? I'm just making up anything here. But yeah, I mean, so what you would do is you would create the airplane, put it in the metaverse, and then do the video behind your avatar talking. But I'm just giving you different ways that you can get really animated and make it look really cool too, right? Okay, so not to get off task here, the next thing we need to do is put a backdrop, right? So the backdrop will actually be, it could be your desktop showing websites, right? And that's what we're going to do, because I need to show you how to get set up with, actually, I'm going to show you how to make a quick 5-second video with the content that we've created here, right? But right now, what I'm showing you is how to actually put a course together, how to get everything put together for you to make a really engaging course that people will want to share and invite other people to, right? All right, so got a black spot behind us. We're going to fill that up, okay? We're going to put some real estate there, okay? So the next thing we want to do is come over here into the source, open it up, and we're going to do a, it's not going to be, let's see, it's going to be a display capture, okay? So we're going to hit OK. And let's see, we're going to, let's do, we got to pick a screen that we're going to do. I think this is it. Yep. Okay, so let me hit OK. Basically, it's, wait, hang on. Let me make sure I got the right one there. Let me go and right click on it. Properties. Let me just check this. Okay, that's my other screen. But it's in a different dimension, so we need to do this one. Hit OK. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this out of the way so you can still see my avatar there. I don't think I need, I think I can minimize that. Oh no, hang on. Oh, I know what I got to do. I'm going to put the display capture above. Okay, so this is what we got to do. We got to move. Let me see. Oh, I see what's happening. Okay. So basically, this is the new overlay, right? So this is the screen that I'm going to use to do the websites. But what we need to do is we need to put the display capture behind it. See, now I have two avatars speaking. So this display right here will be the website. So let me go ahead and pop up a website. There we go. Okay. At first I was like, oh no, how are we going to do this? But we got it now. All right, so let me go ahead and get to OBS project so I can show you how to download that. So of course, you're probably using a PC, so Windows, and SANSAR is Windows based. So if you're on a Mac, there's still another way to do it. What you're going to have to do is just like how Nancy's doing it. She's using a virtual machine called Shadow Tech, and I'll quickly bring that up so you can take a look at it. But if you don't have enough computing power, you're going to need some sort of cloud computing solution to actually run all this, right? Because if you just have a small, iPad or whatever like that, it's not going to be able to run all this stuff. I mean, right now, to run my avatar and run, other applications behind the avatar being in the metaverse, it's, you kind of need to have a high-end graphics card and a computer that can handle it. And plus, you need to have some internet speed, right? I'm finding that a lot of people. Now, I'm not putting Kurt out on there, but Kurt needs more internet speed. um, but we're going to get him more internet speed. But if you don't have enough internet speed, if you use a virtual machine, you might be surprised that a limited amount of internet speed will do justice to running to a cloud server that will give you the high speed internet. So it's basically you're logging into a warehouse somewhere that has high-end gaming PCs in there with high-speed internet. And but you might only have like 5 megabytes of internet speed, but the thing is it will when you're using that application, you're recording everything in there. So you might not be seeing high-end graphics on your laptop or everything like that, or your MacBook or whatever it might be, but you are going to be recording in a high definition, high-end gaming PC and high-end internet, so it's not going to have any lag in it, right? All right, so not to get off task, I'll show you the Shadow Tech also after this, but all you got to do is download it, either Windows, if you have a Mac or a Linux, go ahead and download the application, and I'll help you all on navigating and knowing how to set up the scenes, the sources and everything, and your audio and stuff like that. Now, if you use a VR headset and you're going to use OBS, you have to set up the microphone and the audio playback inside your headset to hook into OBS. That'll be a whole nother tutorial, not going to do on this tutorial, but if you want to use a VR headset to create your content, which will be cool, a lot of people like to see people in VR headsets, and what we could do is we can have you being in the VR headset, just like where my avatar is right here. This could be you wearing the VR headset giving the whole tutorial, right? So there's many ways that we can create content here. But the way I'm setting this up, I think this is the best way. Have like an avatar talking on the bottom right hand corner, up in the top right hand or lower left hand, wherever you want to put your avatar, and giving the course. Because in that way, people feel like they're immersed and that they're with you inside the space here, right? So, okay, so go ahead and download that. And I've been showing you OBS already as an overlay already. So so once you get that set up, I'll show you how to set your OBS up so you can always record. Now you can use it for courses, course creation, content creation, live streaming. Okay, so we're going to use OBS to do live concerts inside the metaverse. Okay, because the viewers are going to want to be very entertained. And I'll do a course on how to do some overlays on your OBS, and that way if you're streaming through like Twitch or YouTube Live, people can interact with the avatars inside the world even though they're not in the world. They can interact with them with a text chat to the right hand side. So I'm kind of giving you some bonuses here on the things that we can do, but here I may just give you the basics. Okay, so so once you download OBS, let me just bring OBS back over here so you can see what it looks like. Okay, let me open it up. So here I can just put a blank screen up there so that's not bothering you, or I'll put an image. Let me go find an image on my desktop here. Downloads. Here, I'll just put this image for right now. Okay. So we'll just have that. Okay, let's see. I need my Windows capture to be above, so that way. There we go. Okay. So starting from left to right, you got the scenes, and like I said, or like I did, I hooked up the green screen to have your avatar from SANSAR being the avatar teaching the course, or just being inside the scene as an overlay, right? And then over here is the source scenes. This might get confusing if you're not understanding, but you got to understand that this goes in layers, right? So the very top one right here will be the first overlay. So this one right here is the window capture. The next one down is my picture right here, but I can move it down right here even and be underneath that, right? But I want to block all this so you don't get the infinity mirror, and put that up right there. There we go. All right, so now we have the audio, and most important to make sure that you have your audio and output set up right. You're going to go ahead and click this right here, and then you're going to go into, so the three dots, click the three dots, and then go into the properties, and you can set up your device. So this is the inbound for the microphone. I'm just going to hit OK. And then the out, so if there's anything on your computer, sound and stuff like that, you want to make sure you have that set up right as well. So as you can see, I got all these different outputs right here, right? So you can even see that I got, this is the one this is my computer audio. This is a broadcast system that if you want to use like an AI broadcast system, like maybe you want to take out dogs barking in the background, you got noise in the background that maybe maybe you can't get rid of, right? I'm not telling you gotta get rid of your dog. So if you have a dog and you're doing videos, I'll show you how to take the dog's bark out of that with using an NVIDIA broadcast. And there's other AI softwares online that you can download. But if you have an NVIDIA graphics card, it already has a built-in AI studio in there. You just got to download the software. So I'll show you how to do that. Not in this video. I can't put too much in. I'm just giving you a basic overview so it's in your mind. So that way when you are getting ready to do content creation, you know all the things that you need, right? And right here, check this out. This is my VR headset. And that's a whole nother application to upload onto your system. But what we're going to do is we're going to use the speaker's Realtek, which is already there. Just hit OK. So that way it records any sounds that are on the videos that are playing inside the OBS, right? So that, I think that's as far as I'll go with that. You can adjust the gains right here if it's too hard, or if it's too like high and it's like distorting the audio and stuff. You can adjust this right here. Now sometimes when someone's talking in world, it might pick up in your microphone, so you just got to adjust this right here. Now you can get in more you can get more detailed into this, so go right here, go in advanced audio properties, and you could actually set you can set parameters in here, right? You can set it as mono. You could put a threshold on the volume here, and then you can set where you want the tracks, but we're not going to go into all this. There is also, if you go into the filters of this, so if I go like this, go into filters, and now go into like the audio, I could actually I could create my own compression. So that way I could almost create the same thing that the AI is going to do for you to cut out like the dog barking. I could do the same with adding all these different effects in there. If you've ever been a sound engineer, you're going to know what all this does. So definitely I'll have to do a course on this to explain to you what it all does. But you can literally use OBS to be a sound studio as well, right? So let me go and close that. But we're not going to show you how to do a sound studio yet. That's later on down the road. Those will be courses that I'll create that I'll put into the marketplace that you can use tokens to purchase, okay? But this one, this is going to get you started, right? And we're already 35 minutes into this, so I may go ahead and not that I'm going to speed it up. I'm just going to keep it straightforward. But I am giving you added bonuses here just so you know that there are other things you can do, right? But once you set it all up, the cool thing is you're going to be good to go. So all you got to do is open up OBS and hit record or hit stream, and you're good to go, right? Now, you can get fancy with the transitions. So if you're like live streaming, so I'm going to go right here. You can put in, you know, little fades to the next scenes or whatever. So this basically works with the scenes, right? So say you're going to be a podcaster and you're going to stream live and you're going to bring guests onto your show and everything like that. We can set your whole show up for intro, for having your guest on the show, to commercials and all that stuff. So in that way, you can be an expert producer at the same time creating all the content all at one time. That's what all those VTubers do. They don't have, you know, some might have money where they hire someone to do it for them so they don't have to be distracted. But I'm going to show you how to be the composer, the producer behind the scenes, as well as the content creator, as well as the actual content itself, right? So right now, the content that I have right here is my avatar talking, right, inside the metaverse. That's content creation. But to be able to do all this and then do everything behind the scenes and live stream out and make it look like it's been produced, that's going to take time. That takes talent. I will have a course on that. There's a lot of courses online already that you can find like through YouTube, but I'll develop one with all the tools and softwares that we're using to show you how to really create content that you can live stream out, go live anytime. I actually live stream into LinkedIn. I get the most responses there, and I actually find clients that way as well. So Facebook, I'm sorry, but I haven't got one customer from Facebook. I got likes and, oh, this is cool, but LinkedIn is where people ask me, how are you doing that? How do I do that? You know, so LinkedIn, you'll actually get people that are ready to buy, right? And plus, now that we're in blockchain, people are going to be out there. How do you do blockchain? How do you do crypto? How do you do NFTs? How do you do metaverse? How do you do AI? They're all looking for Web3 solutions. That's all Web3. And I'm sure where you're at right now is probably Web 2, doing emails, videos, and social media. That's all Web 2. That's still needed, but the thing is, Web 3 is where it's at for the content creation itself, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and move on here. The last thing is the controls. I'm not going to show you how to do streaming yet because I want to make sure that you can create content first, right? Once you say, Robert, I know what I'm doing. I can create content. I want to learn how to stream with OBS into multiple networks all at one time. I will create a course for that, so that way when you hit stream, you're going to be streaming to YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, multiple social medias all at one time, so that way you get maximum exposure of what you're doing, okay? All right, so right now, as you can see, it's a blue button. It's recording. If I hit stop, it's going to stop this whole recording. I'm not going to, but that's what you got to do to start the recording and end the recording, right? Now, when you first download OBS, it should have a fast quick start wizard that you can go through, which basically what it's doing is it's knowing what your system is. So it's giving you the best options to get started, right? But there we can tweak it, right? So maybe your internet is intermittent. Maybe you got a lot of people at the house on your Wi-Fi and you want to create really great content, but because the internet is intermittent, it keeps cutting out and stuff like that. I'm going to show you how to use other softwares to do your live podcasts. It's going to be called Riverside.fm. Just saying it right now. I might do an overlay and put the link there as well. But Riverside.fm is the best that I have found if you have intermittent internet, or uh, um, if your guest has intermittent internet. Right now, what it does, I'm just going to quickly tell you what it does. It basically records the whole session on your computer, and then once you go to render the whole experience that you recorded, it's going to source the recording off your computer versus trying to source it live from a stream from someone's computer. The live streams never do justice, because if it cuts out, people aren't going to hear what the guest said, or they're not going to hear what you said. So Riverside.fm has a cool technology where it basically takes the video format from your PC, and it puts it into it renders it into the full experience, right? So, but that happens after, right? So when you're recording, it might cut in and out, but don't worry. If someone drops out, they're still probably talking on the other side, but didn't realize they dropped out. And then all of a sudden you come back, their internet hooks back in, and then they're there. You don't need to tell, all you need to do is tell the guests, keep talking, don't stop, even if my internet cuts out or if your internet cuts out, keep talking, because the real video that's going to get put together in the render will be from the PC itself, right? So check it out. It's called Riverside.fm. That I would use that in place of a Zoom or was it StreamYard? There's a whole bunch of different video conferencing tools, but that's the one that I found has been the best. But that's top quality, right? And I think you can do up to 2 hours for free. So, and I think they give you, I'm not, you'd have to go in there and take a look. I don't want to misspeak about it, but if you want to get a paid version, it'll give you more bells and whistles, right? And I'll do another tutorial for that as well, okay? So Riverside.fm, if you're going to be doing podcasts, live podcasts, or recorded podcasts, you want to record the podcast first and then restream it out after it's done, right? All right, so virtual camera, all that is using this screen right here to put anything that you want on it, which if you're on a Zoom or anything that has your picture of your real life person on there, if you use a virtual camera, it will replace that camera with the virtual screen right here. So a lot of people use that in Zooms. It's a little way to, I guess, show who you are and what you're doing without having them hand over the share button to you to say, okay, show us what you got. You can just share everything you're doing from your computer right in that screen, the video screen where it has your real life avatar, right? And that's the virtual camera. The other thing, the studio mode, don't worry about the studio mode. That's like expert. But it gives you some controls to use the transition, right? But settings is where this will be more advanced. I'm not going to get into settings and open it all up for you, because that'll be like a 2-hour tutorial right now if I did that. But the settings is where you can fine tune, make sure you got the right bit rate for live streaming, you got the right graphics card hooked into it, and the right, file share, or where you're going to be putting all your content on your desktop. And the other things that I'll show you is I'll show you how to do like overlays, like maybe a mouse and keyboards, and that way people can see exactly what buttons you're pushing, okay? And that's what I found to be very helpful in doing these tutorials, especially when you have to show someone what buttons you need to push on the keyboard. It's great to have an overlay. I don't have that put on right now, but I will later on in the future. I'll put the mouse and keyboard as an overlay so you can see what buttons I'm pushing, okay? But other than that, that's pretty much everything, the basics of OBS and how I have it set up. So just like how I did this, this is a perfect setup for doing tutorials, how-tos. Far as courses are concerned, you can create multiple tutorials and put into one course, right? And I would recommend not to go over an hour, and to be at least me, the minimum is maybe 30 minutes, right? Now, if it's like quick, to the point, here's how you do it, by all means you can create that. But, as far as like charging someone for that, I would say for your time, I would make videos at least 30 minutes at a time, so that way people feel they got value from it, and be straight to the point. Make sure you're cutting out all the ums and thes. I do that all the time in my videos, but that's what makes us human, right? But if you really want to have a pristine, prestigious, and high quality course, I would definitely take out all the sneezes and the coughs and the uhs and thes and ums and ohs and but you're getting my point, right? So, but OBS is more for recording the content, and I'll show you what editing video software I use. Now, there's so much online. I mean, there's thousands and thousands of video editor online. I would say this: pick one, learn it, and then stick with it, right? Because that's how you're going to know, or that's how you're going to be more effective and efficient in your editing, right? I've used WeVideo, but now lately I've been using Clipchamp, which is like a free video editor with Microsoft, with Windows and stuff. That works just as good. But sometimes you don't need to do any edits. I mean, you'll get to the point where it's a one take wonder, right? And but that takes time. I gotta say, I've probably done, I want to say probably 2,000 videos plus in the last 8 years. So I've gotten pretty proficient at it. And, I don't have to have a script or anything. I just know what I want to talk about and I just roll it, right? But if you want to have a script, definitely use ChatGPT. ChatGPT will actually give you more thought in what you're thinking. That's almost like an oxymoron, right? Thought more than what you're thinking, right? But anyways, the ChatGPT, I use it to actually create agendas. I use it to do like overviews, and that way I stay on task, right? Because anybody can do a video, but anybody can go down a rabbit hole too and be like, oh my gosh, this is way too long. I don't want people tired watching this video, and I'm right at 47 minutes right now, so I still have to keep moving on. And my good friend Nancy says, yeah, let's try to keep it at about 30 minutes, because after that I start getting tired. And but you know what? There's a lot of information we got to put out here, and I may tell you this: watching this video from beginning to end, do it a couple times, will actually get you set up for success. Okay. Okay, so let's go back. Let me go ahead and move my let me move this video out of the way. I'm gonna show you how to make quick 5-second videos. So let me go ahead and shut this image off here. I'm at this website called huge.com, and what this is there's a whole bunch of platforms out there that do this, but this platform actually pays you if you get a lot of views, right? It's kind of like YouTube, but because it first started out, you're going to get a lot of views because there's a lot of people using this platform right now. It's got a lot of people, and the reason why there's a lot of people on there is because there's multiple of AI video generators in here, right? So I'm going to show you how to make a quick video here. Let's go back to the image to video. I'm going to let's select the model of AI that I want to use here. I've used almost all these already. This one right here, Pixverse V4, I have found to be the best. It doesn't get wonky on you, so let me go in and pick that one. Now I'm going to go in and pick that picture that I put up here. You're going to like this. This is amazing. Okay, so what I'm going to do, this is the prompt I'm going to put in. I'm going to say, make the avatar wave at you, then smile, and then walk away out of the view. Let me see. That's all. Just like that. Okay, then let me just hit create video. Now this is what I found, and there it is. It's processing. It should take about 30 seconds or so. Um, Now this is what I found. If you put stuff in there like has like hate or killing or anything or inappropriate, like you're doing sexual innuendos or anything like that, this AI is going to pick it up quick with your prompt and it's not going to process it. So you got to make sure that you're following the terms of service in here. Um, but what I mean, this is I have found to be the coolest thing. There you go. There's my avatar. I'm waving. And I'm walking. Oh, there's even people in there. Well, it's got my AI, my bot looks like it's a hat attached to me, right? So it's not perfect, but that right there, this could be the 3-second video that you need to get people to click on it, right? Now the cool thing is I'm gonna add this to my profile. Up here, this is where you can put in links and you can put hashtags and everything. So let me say DNA Elite, which is my avatar name, is wanting you to join his metaverse world. Click this link to get started. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up and grab I'll just go with Mesoverse, take this, copy that link, come up here, post it right there. So now my link's in there, and I'm just going to say Metaverse, DNA, because that's my name. I'll say Expos. Let's see, events, business. Make sure I spell it right. Let's see what else. Wave. All right, now I'm going to post that. And again, I mean, you can build out your profile in this, and you can put your links there. But there's my video, and I can take this and send it to social medias. I mean, this is even a social media, right? So just being on this platform itself is going to get exposure when people click on that link, right? So that's how you create engaging 5-second videos using AI. What I did is I used the picture, I prompted it, and look at that. So now I have, it's even got me in a suit. It makes my, look at that. That's pretty cool, right? So, all right. So not to stay too long on this, so definitely check out huge dot. Actually, what I may do, I may put the link to that so that way you can sign up for an account. So if you sign up underneath my account, then my account will get you exposure because I'll be saying, hey, check out this person's video, right? So I'll give you my link here, just like that. I may copy it, and I'm actually going to post it as an overlay on this video right here. So let me go ahead and add a text right there. Let me go ahead and bring it up. Let me post it in there. So that way you have the overlay on how to get into, oh. Okay, okay, I gotta go like this and then I gotta transform it. Gotta shrink it. Let's see, stretch to screen. Oh, I see. There's so much in it that it's not going to fit on the screen there. So I got to shrink it down. There we go. So now you're seeing how to, I'll just make it a clickable link inside there, but that's basically the link. Let me go ahead and just edit this. You could just go to my main, there we go. So go to huge.com/DNA Elite, all one word right there. And that'll get you to my page, and then you can share it with other people. So let me go and shut that off. But as you can see up at the top up here, you can post this in all your social medias. You can make it as a HTML code, hook it into your website if you want, via email, SMS, text. I mean, the mind's the limit on what you can do with this, but at the same time, you can copy that link and put it in emails to people. But yeah, and you can get paid. So here, there's a contest. Let me just open this up. See this right here? So it's first place is 150, second place 100, and third place. I actually hit third place at one time, and I got a check in the mail for $50. So it pays to play, and you can look at what other people are doing to see if the content that you're doing is getting views. If it's not, then maybe look at other people what they're doing, and not that you're going to copy exactly what they're doing, but you get the idea. My good friend is Ira. She's the one that taught me about huge.com, so big shout out to her. But other than that, now let's wind this up here. We're right at 56 minutes. And so we talked about OBS, how to do that. We showed you how to set everything up. So as I'm doing the video here, I showed you how to set up your OBS, the scenes, the sources, the audio mixer, the transitions, as well as controlling it for recording and streaming it, right? That's just the basic of it. And by all means, reach out to me if you have any questions. Love to answer your questions for you. And maybe what we do is we make it an event, right? I'll make an event where everybody can be in the space, and I can be in the metaverse. I'll be in my avatar, you be in your avatar, and we can be in the space, and I can still show my computer screen up inside the metaverse, right? So that's going to be another tutorial. I'm not going to show you how to do that right now. I just want you to be able to record with OBS, create your content. And far as editing, that's the last thing I want to talk about is editing your videos. Let me just pull that up real quick. So I use Clipchamp. The nice thing about using Clipchamp is you can create it with an AI video where it actually goes through and makes it really nice for you, or you just upload your video and then you can use all the content inside Clipchamp to put music to it, put whatever you want to put as overlays as well. But I found this to be really helpful. It even has templates for YouTube if you want, if you're going to go into Instagram, all this stuff right here. So it's a very powerful tool. Definitely check it out. Not going to go into it and show you anything right now, but if you don't have a video editing tool, I would definitely download this. It's a free app that you can get from the Microsoft Store. But most likely you have it. You just got to go into your apps and then upload it as an icon to your desktop. Okay. Last but not least, what I'm going to talk to you about is how to monetize, right? So how we're going to monetize is we're going to use the Admazoverse website, but in there is going to be a GEODE marketplace, right? So we're going to go and click on GEODE marketplace, and it's all about tokenizing, okay? And why would you want to tokenize? Well, this is the thing. If people are going to buy things from you and they're not getting value, that token is the value, right? They get to hold their tokens and they get to use them anywhere they want, right? Inside the Mazo metaverse, we're going to have GEODE tokens, okay? Now, I've already set a couple people up inside of Mazoverse already, and they already have a wallet. And we're going to use GEODE because GEODE will eventually be a security that once the token goes on the SEC, the SEC, Security Exchange, it's going to be worth real tangible fiat dollars, right? But for right now, we're using it as points or discounts or purchasing power inside the Geode metaverse or the Geode blockchain itself, right? Now let me show you what it looks like. So what you want to do is you definitely want to get yourself an account. I realized the other days, I think it was Nancy, she asked me, you know, I can't find my email. There is no emails when you set this account up because you're using a blockchain itself, right? So what you're going to get is you're going to get a blockchain ID, which will be your wallet ID, right? So all you got to do is create an account, come right here, it'll bring you right into Geode, and you can set up an account right away. Now, because I already have an account, I'm in the dashboard already. But if you don't have an account, it's actually going to say create an account, right? It should probably be up in the top left-hand side here. It'll say create an account. So just go through that. Now, this is the most important thing that I want to say to you. Your 12-word seed phrase is your username and password to get in. Okay, now you'll have an ID, which will look like this. Let me just show you the ID. You'll have an ID that looks like this. This is your ID. So this technically right here would be your username. Okay. Your password is going to be the 12 seed phrase, the 12-word seed phrase to get access. Now, I had a little scare the other day, and I thought I lost my account, but all what happened is I cleared my browser history, which cleared out my ID on my blockchain. Okay. So what you have to do is you have to come over here. If you ever clear your browser history, you go in here, take your seed phrase right here. Now don't create another account. All you got to do is the written down seed phrase. So what you want to do is when you create the account, write this down on a piece of paper and keep it like in a safety deposit box somewhere, okay? Or write it all over your computer, but don't save it on your computer, because if your computer ever got hacked, someone could technically get in there and take your tokens from you, okay? There are hackers out there, so I want to make sure you're safe. So keep this phrase, write it down on a piece of paper, make sure you go through and spell it correctly, right? Some people might misspell it. You don't want to be like that guy that had, you know, I don't know, he bought like 10,000 Bitcoin, right? And he lost his 12-word seed phrase and he couldn't get into his $200 million account that he had. That he lost his password, right? And the thing is no one knows your seed phrase except for you unless you share your seed phrase with somebody, okay? That is your password, so don't share it with anybody. Don't let anybody see your visual of that. Write it down and then keep it in a safety deposit box, okay? And then what you're going to do if you can't get in your account, all you're going to do is take this seed phrase and you're gonna put it back right here, or it's probably going to ask you for it, and then you're going to get access. You're going to get back into your account. But if you ever lose it and you don't know how to do it, definitely reach out to me and I can definitely help you out. But what's going to happen now is you're going to accumulate tokens, right? So I've done some mining and stuff, and I was able to get up to almost 12,000 tokens, and they're doing a lot of tasks and stuff like that. But the thing is this whole space right here is going to open up a whole nother community to you, right? So, and how you get access to your community is they're going to be talking in Discord. And you can just say, hey, this is me and this is my ID, and people will come to your account. And the cool thing is to run your business, you're going to have a profile, your life work, resume. You're going to have your social links in there. You're going to have a marketplace to sell your courses, your in real life merchandise, as well as virtual merchandise. You're going to tokenize your messaging. So if you have people wanting your attention and wanting to talk to you, they might send you some tokens for you to open up their emails, right? There's surveys in there. There's DNS. This is how you can use the blockchain to hook up websites, to blockchain your website in here. So that way people can, you can send people your website, but blockchain, and maybe you could say, hey, if you want to get access to my metaverse, it's going to cost you 10 tokens to get in there, right? So there's many ways we can tokenize what we're doing. reporting if there's any spam or anything going on in there, if it's something, or if you found a bug or whatever, definitely report it. And then airdrops are basically, you coming out saying, hey, I got this new thing happening. If you, share my, social media with 10 other people, I'll give you 100 tokens, right? So that'd be like an airdrop, okay? But it's like an advertise board where you can tell the whole world about what you're doing and how you're monetizing what you're doing, right? And then of course you can share with friends right here. Now right now they have a 5,000 geode referral code right here. So when you get your account and you go refer your account to somebody, you're going to refer them your code and you can get up to 5,000 geode per sign up. So all I can say is definitely check that out. And then here they'll tell you how to earn coin. But what we're going to do with the Admesoverse is our tokens, our Geo tokens inside our circulation and our teams that we're using are going to be worth $1. And the reason why we're doing that is because we want people to use the Geo token system and use the metaverse and use all of our, internal Admesoverse solutions, and we want to make sure there's value to it, right? So if there's no value in the platform, why would you go to it, right? So we're creating value not just in your business, but we're creating value on the Admesoverse platform as well. So we're creating tangibility. I don't know if that's even a word, but we're going to make everything that you do tangible inside the Admesoverse. That's why you show up and do things inside the Admesoverse, right? And the coolest thing is, I think the real token generation will actually be in you telling people about the metaverse and the AI solutions that we offer and all the Admesoverse pillars and stuff like that. That's why people are going to come to the platform, and that's why people are going to use it. That's why they're going to use tokens to get inside the space, right? And to utilize the space, to buy things from the space. So I'm showing you how to monetize your business online, have tangibility, if that's a word, and to build a community together, right? Build this community with like-minded, caring entrepreneurs, like Kurt would say, to move forward. And the thing is, there's a lot of information here, right? I mean, we're already an hour over, and just the quick overview that I've given you here is a lot of information, right? So if we can handle this first task right here, which is creating content with OBS, getting a looking glass into your business and what you're doing, and then be able to create courses inside your business, we're going to be able to monetize that. That's one of the biggest online businesses right now, is creating courses that people would buy from Amazon. And the thing is, Amazon's taking most of the cut off of it. I'm showing you how to, we're going to give you a third of everything that you do inside the metaverse. We're going to give you a third of everything that you do on the blockchain. We're going to give you a third of the business. Most commission-based businesses are under 10%. So we're giving you 33% of the business right out the gate. So definitely check out the email that I sent out. And if you have any questions, by all means, just respond via email. And then what I can do is I can set up a quick meeting with you through Discord and go over everything that you have, right? So Discord, I didn't put it in this video. It's in another video, but I'll add it into the courses that we have here. But other than that, I hope you found value. And with that being said, you folks have a great day. I'll see you on the next, let's see, the next tutorial right here, right? So let me see if I can wave to you here. There I am. I'm waving. With that being said, you folks have a great day. Cheers now. Bye-bye.